if you are not using AI and automation, you are going to get left behind by the people who are using it because your competition's using it. I was watching a commercial today. The politicians are using it.
We got Attack of the Clones today. We got 3 bots in here, 2 bots. No, we got 3 bots. Where is Dave with all these bots? John, how you doing? Glad you could make it today.
How's it going?
Hey Marcus, you know I was looking, is it my bot also? But you know the rule, 5-minute rule. If you're in there and it's not.
That's right. I appreciate everybody who wants to take notes, but we need you here. John, what's going on, my man?
Oh man, just studying for this advisor's exam. Trying to get it done.
Understood. Well, we appreciate you stopping in. Any questions that you have, we will happily entertain. Today, we're talking about the 10 things that you can use AI for in your business. And one of them is content generation. By leveraging AI to generate content, not only can you speed up the process, you can generate great content faster. And because you don't have these same expenses that used to be involved with paying a marketing agency thousands of dollars for your creatives, it allows the average person to use these powerful tools to create for their social media, for their email marketing campaigns. Marketing in general. Businesses are using AI to analyze their marketing, to review their return on investment. If you run a Facebook ad campaign, if you run a Google ad campaign, you want to be able to take a look at the numbers to determine what your return on that investment is, to make sure that you're not spending more than you're getting back. Using AI, there's a lot of powerful tools that can do that. If you weren't here last week, Dave, Christy, and I went into detail on a few of those tools and how you can use them to create blog to video, for example. Anyone who's interested in that, it is on YouTube. I will drop the link so that you can check it out. But if you could take your competitor's blog, run it through AI so that there's no plagiarism, come up with a similar message, and now create a video that's able to convey the message for your brand, you can do that in a matter of minutes. And by using a few different AI apps, it may cost you somewhere between $20 to $60, but you could do that an unlimited number of times in a month. So it's a really cost-effective way to accomplish something that would ordinarily require you to make an investment of a couple $1,000s to a marketing agency, or even if you went to a freelancer on Fiverr, you're still spending several $100s to accomplish this. Sales. We have actually had on this show live demonstrations of AI sales associates. Last week, Dave mentioned the first people who are going to feel a pinch is cold callers. We now have AI that can dial a phone number, that can dial 100 phone numbers within a minute and make conversations that sound human, to the point the person on the other end of the phone has no idea they're talking to a bot. That bot is capable of answering any objection. The person says, hey, it's not a good time, I'm not interested. The bot is programmed to turn those resistances into benefits by asking the probing questions, by coming up with the ideas, by saying, hey, can I just ask you one thing before you go? And then that same AI can book an appointment on your calendar. None of us like cold calling. If you've ever been on the receiving end of a cold call, most of us don't enjoy those unless you just happen to catch the right person with the right tone that particular day. If you've ever made a cold call, you know how painful that can be to be told no over and over and over again. Now you can have an AI make the phone call for you, eliminate all the rejection of being told no, and simply show up at the appointment that was set by the computer.
Welcome to RFM Digital, LLC. I am Ava, Marcuse's AI virtual assistant. Our mission is to empower small businesses by enhancing their online presence and streamlining their processes through automation.
Thank you, Ava. Were you guys able to hear Ava, or do I need to add my speakers and run her back?
Yes, we heard her. I heard her. Oh my goodness.
So those of you who know me, if you've ever booked an appointment, Ava is my AI. She confirms my appointments. She sends out reminders. This is the voice that I have attributed to Ava, and this is the AI generated image of Ava that I created. And as you can see, she now talks. Certainly she's limited in the scope of what she can say, but this is just another application of AI, customer service and educated chatbots. If you ever text me at my main phone number, 240-540-5500, Ava will hold a conversation with you to the point that she's booked multiple appointments, and I had no idea that she's even talking to the people until they show up on my calendar and they tell me, hey, yeah, Ava took good care of me. This is the future. If you have not already had, I'd be surprised if you haven't already had a customer service interaction with an AI. And if you don't believe that you have, you're going to very shortly, because this is a very cost-effective way for businesses to get their frequently asked questions answered, to manage their business and provide better customer service 24/7, 365, without the expense of the human capital that's typically associated with such services. IT and operations. Every small business that's operating a computer at some point has needed some form of IT. And now we have AI that can go in, they can check your website, they can make upgrades, they can advise you of things that you need to change. These are things that before business owners would push off because they didn't want to involve the expense of hiring an IT professional. Now there are several apps that can do these services for you. Human resources, maintaining a database of people who you can reach out to when you need help on specific jobs, when it comes to hiring. All of these services that were previously done by human beings alone can now be done with an AI. And AI can be a tremendous resource for scrolling through a database, keeping up with resumes and contact information for the exact kind of person you might want on your team. As long as you're keeping your information accurate and up to date about your database, your AI can scrub that information and provide you with timely details and help you find that person that you're looking for at the right time. Cybersecurity is a huge hotspot, especially for small businesses. We've all heard the horror stories of businesses whose main computer got held for ransom. By utilizing some of the AI technology, it is able to stay ahead of any of these viruses or potential security threats. And you can purchase plenty of apps at a very reasonable price that can do this for you, significantly less of a cost than the human capital associated with having a cybersecurity professional on your team. Legal departments. Every business owner knows that you have to have agreements, whether it is an agreement to do business, a specific contract for a specific client. If you have to go back and forth with your attorney or your legal representative every time that occurs, you're going to run up a huge legal bill. You can now get attorney quality legal documents generated for you in seconds. GPT, Gemini, and others, they will always have the disclaimer that you should have your attorney look at it, and I recommend that. But if you've been doing business, you've been writing these kinds of agreements, partnership agreements, this is the perfect way for you to get a firsthand opportunity to see how AI can save you money by generating these documents for you. Frequently, it's going to include things that you might have forgotten. And if nothing else, it's going to be a great starter for that legal document that you need for your business. Accounting. It all comes down to money. Certainly, we do business because it's in our heart. We're passionate about it. We love it. But when it comes down to it, we've got to get the numbers right, or we're going to have problems with Uncle Sam. You can use the accounting features that include AI to make sure that you are getting all the deductions, calculating taxes for every specific city and state. If you now do business online, you can do business across all borders. Some states are going to be more strict about that sales tax than others. You'll want to be able to use some type of AI-powered software to keep track of that. And then finally, finance. every business could use additional funds to help their businesses operate. There are AI-powered banking services that can help identify what is the best funding source for your business. What kind of credit line is going to benefit your business the most? By utilizing these AI and automation sources, you might find that you were leaving money on the table because you didn't apply for financing that you actually qualify for. These are just 10 of the ways that you can use AI in your business right now. And if anyone has any questions about these 10, I would love to dive a little deeper into them and see some ways that we can apply maybe AI to your specific business or use case.
We got some extra people here, Marcus. I was like, wait a minute, should I raise my hand? We don't really do that here.
No, feel free to dive right in if you have a question or a comment about anything that we covered so far.
I actually wanted to ask questions about the accounting. Well, I don't know which number of that it was on the list, but I know even though I talk to you so often, I was expecting to not necessarily be surprised, no shade, but there you go again, showing me something else that these freaking things can do, but I love it. So is there like specific plugins within Chat GPT that make these recommendations or build these spreadsheets? Like I've seen it literally give me charts before, but I've never necessarily considered it from an accounting perspective.
Yeah, so you definitely can get charts, and based on what kind of prompt you set up for Chat GPT, you can get it to give you charts, spreadsheets. Excel is a whole other topic. A lot of people are not aware that you can go in and code a spreadsheet to be built in Excel. I didn't know that before Chat GPT, but through a query, I determined it, and Chat GPT gave me the code. You drop it in, and the spreadsheet appears almost like magic. But so this is more so referring to there are a lot of, an Intuit survey of 2,000 accountants, 48% of them plan to invest in automation and AI tools. And a lot of it is because those help them with the repetitive tasks. In addition to that, the analyzation. So being able to use an AI to analyze and break things down. Number one, they're not going to make the mistakes that a human can make. Number two, they're going to be a lot more cost effective for your accounting service. So where they may have needed 10 people on staff, they might be able to do the work with 3 people who are using AI. So it's going to help bring down costs for you as the end user. Obviously, if your accountant spends less, ideally, they're going to reduce the cost for you. And so those are some of the specific ways for accounting.
I love it. I love the clarity. I appreciate that. And it definitely goes back to last week's open office when David was talking about it can calculate now. So that even ties into that. That makes sense.
I agree. Chris is referring to, there's an AI, one of the members last week was discussing that specifically the use case was working with solar companies. You put in your address, it uses an API to calculate details about your home, and it could tell you based on the average utilities for that market what your potential savings were. So you can imagine if you're in solar sales and you've got an AI that can do that just by sending someone to a website versus you having to manually do it, you can produce those numbers at scale. And obviously, before it took you an hour to do that for 10 people, and now you can do it for 1,000 people in an hour, your numbers are going to be significantly better.
So Marcus, I was interested in the blog conversion to video.
Yeah, so the blog to video is actually pretty cool. Now, I will drop the YouTube in the chat, and the process of it is pretty cool. The blog essentially can come either from an RSS feed, it can come from a URL. And when it does that, it runs through a software company that we use called Make.com. Make.com is essentially an integrator, meaning it will match up with about 5,000 different businesses. So for example, you get this RSS feed, it will break the RSS feed down so that it extracts the subject, the key points from the blog. It will run those through Chat GPT, again, to make sure that you're not plagiarizing. And say, hey, Chat GPT, summarize this for me for points as they relate to my specific business. And then once ChatGPT extracts that data, it runs through another prompt in ChatGPT where it says, write a script for a video at whatever parameters you've already decided. And then from those parameters, it's going to plug it into a video software generator that's going to insert the images, insert the captions as needed, and it's actually pretty cool. If you want, let's do a live demo of something very similar to that. We're going to do everything except pulling it from somebody else's blog. We're just going to do the video creation using ChatGPT.
Cool.
All right, let's do a 3-minute video. Use the Capcut. So very simple prompt. Everything is in the prompt. Normally, I would never say use a prompt this short, but for illustration purposes, we're going to do this. So use the Capcut plugin to create a short promotional video for fitness training class on cardio. And ChatGPT goes to work. So this link is going to take me to Capcut. Looks like Capcut is still cooking. For those who aren't familiar, Capcut is a video editing software. It's primarily used by TikTok. It may even be owned by TikTok. I don't know for sure, but it contains thousands of pieces of video. So this is first time out of the gate. We're going to check this out and see how it sounds.
Step into a world where your fitness goals are within reach. Our cardio fitness class is designed to elevate your heart rate, boost your energy, and help you achieve your health aspiration. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced athlete, our expert trainers guide you through each session, ensuring you get the most out of your workout. Join us to transform your body, mind, and spirit in a supportive and dynamic environment. Let's make fitness a joyful journey together. Step into a world.
All right, so with the shortest prompt ever, in literally 3 minutes, we just made a video. Now, it's not an A+ video. However, you have the foundation. You can go in and edit the script. You can go in here and say, hey, I want to take out these images and replace them with video. I want to change the soundtrack. You could give this to somebody who does this for a living, but now you have the basis for it, and it's easy to show someone what you're looking for. And again, if you make the prompt better, let's say, for example, here's the script for a video I'd like you to produce on this topic. Use high resolution images, use upbeat inspirational music. And now you created your rough draft. Just saved you probably 2 hours. It would have saved me 2 hours, because my biggest problem with this is being creative enough to come up with the idea to generate one of these videos, and ChatGPT kind of takes that out of the equation and it does it all for you.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So the Capcut plugin, do you pay for each plugin on ChatGPT?
Great question, John. So some of them, yes, you do. Others you don't. So ChatGPT's initial model was free. So they went from the free model. I call that the crack business model. You give out the first one for free. Now they got you hooked, and you got to come back and pay $20. So you pay $20 a month, and now their new thing is, hey, we're going to charge you $20 per month, but based on your usage, we may charge you an extra 3 or 4 cents per action. And so I know personally for me, my ChatGPT is my 20, and now probably another $15 to $30, depending upon what kind of usage. But I have programs that are using ChatGPT all the time.
Cool.
Well, you need like an affiliate link or something, because I immediately was like, chat, adding the plugin to my, you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, and so, while we're talking plugins, so let me go back and share. So this plugin for ChatGPT is just one of many. And the plugins will soon rival the Apple App Store. So you can find plugins and you can search for them based on a variety of different use cases. I frequently use plugins that can read a PDF. I use plugins where you can use them for kayak. Let's say you're a travel planner, a travel agency. You can use Expedia and Kayak to plan out a trip for someone. And for that matter, you can plan it out for yourself. Hey, I want to go to Europe. And if you've ever been to Europe, you know that it's not like here in the States. You can be in 3 different countries in an afternoon. And if you want to plot that out the right way, you need someone like a travel agent or the experience of an AI to show you the best routes to take to do that the most efficiently. But, you know, there are so many different applications and plugins in this app store that that you can actually monetize. You can come up with your own app, present it to ChatGPT, and now they offer what we call personal GPTs. A personal GPT is essentially ChatGPT that's already been given a very specific set of prompts. And with those prompts, now it will perform one specific action based on whatever's input. You could right now host your own personal GPT here and monetize it so that as OpenAI makes money offering your plan, your GPT, you could get residuals from that.
I definitely wouldn't do that. That's like, you know, giving the enemy my gun.
Well, and it depends on what it is, though. I mean, you could find something simple like, hey, I spend a lot of time reviewing my kids' essays. So I want you to review this essay and check it for plagiarism. You know, if something simple like that you could do, because a lot of people might need that. And if so, then you have the opportunity to monetize it. Anyone have any questions? Dave, good to see you, my man. We were talking about, actually, John just asked a question about your blog to video, and I gave a quick demonstration of how ChatGPT can create a video using the Capcut plugin.
Yeah, is that why you came? Because your AI rang and said, "Oh, Dave, get in here, get this money."
I was so the reason why I was late, I was helping my team update. Remember the social media post I told you about? So I was helping my team solve a very critical issue in terms of the automated posting from Google Sheet all the way to your social media. So that's what I got caught up in. I lost track of time. So my apologies.
So Dave also has an application that he calls Social Media Poster. And essentially, it can take an idea and it can repurpose other ideas and post them on all of your social media accounts. And the way that it does that, obviously, if you're familiar with social media, you know you only have so much space for Twitter. You have different allowances for Instagram or for Facebook. And this will use, it's make.com you're using, right?
Yeah, using make.com integrated with OpenAI and a few other tools, yeah.
And again, I'll drop the link for that YouTube in the chat. But Dave is kind of like one of my AI automation gurus. He and I met a little bit over 2 years ago. We found we both had an interest in it, and we kind of bounce ideas off each other. All right, Dave, we covered top 10 ways that you can use AI in your business today.
Okay.
And we're just kind of going over any Q&A to see if anybody had any additional information that they wanted to learn about, any ideas or questions. So the floor is still open for that.
Yeah, and to throw something in, last week, was it last week? Yeah, last week, Friday, HubSpot came up with how to use AI in the workplace. They came up with an article. Let me quickly find you the link and then share the link with you. It's like 4 or 5 different PDFs that have really great content on how to use AI in your day-to-day workflow. So let me quickly give you guys that, and then we'll continue moving.
Love it. You gonna drop that in the chat?
Yeah, I'll drop the link in the chat. I need to find it's attached to a YouTube video. Let me quickly find it.
All right, and while we're doing that, let me roll the dice and see who's gonna get this $50. Christy Burton. Christy, you are the proud winner of $50.
Thank you very much.
So Christy, is that that looks like Wemo?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Got you covered. Let me do that right now while Jade is dropping this in the chat. That's what I got for open office hours today. Again, I do this every Thursday. I don't care if it's one person here or 50, because I am very passionate about making sure that people know how to use AI and automation for their businesses. If you are not using it, you're going to get left behind because your competition is using it. All right, well, guys, I appreciate you showing up, and I'll be here next Thursday. In the meantime, Raheem, I know we got business. John, let me know if you got everything that you need. And Krista, of course, you and I, and Dave, I got to get with you on that scenario.
Yes, the automation for the dealership, so that we can set up their leads to go high level directly.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time.
I love it, Marcus. Thanks so much for all your help.
Absolutely.